I think this looks worse than it is. So Jeep peeps, welcome back. Now, question on everyone's mind, or nobody's mind, is where have you been? So unfortunately guys, firstly apologies for not doing any updates recently. The truth is I've just been extremely busy. As you can see, we're in a different place now, so I've had to move and I've lost my big double garage unfortunately, which is a shame, but I can deal with working in a single garage, and I've got some sheds and things like that. I've done the large amount of work to the Jeep now, so that's all pretty good really. So we shouldn't need the big double garage anymore, says I. I mean, it would be nice, but there you go, you can't have everything. So I've been really busy really, just moving, decorating, sorting out a new house, looking after a baby, and just full-time work really guys. So it takes a long time to produce videos, and it takes a long time to work on the Jeep as well. So I literally haven't done anything since about April on the Jeep. So that does leave me to the fact that you may have actually seen something behind me already, which is a Jeep. So let's start taking a look at that. I haven't looked at this since we moved in June, the middle of June, and I hadn't done any work done to it till about April or March. So let's go and have a look where we've got to then, and what's been going on, and the things you guys won't have seen then. What a mess. Ignore all the stuff in the background guys, we're still building this place and trying to sort it out, so we've got boxes and everything everywhere, loads of Jeep bits too. But firstly, there you go, look at that. First impressions, having not looked at it for a while, the paint's awesome. I love this paint, you guys know I like this paint. This is this 50-50 matte mix drab, which you get in the UK, which I just think looks awesome. You see it reflecting the sun there. And then over here, you can see the handprints on it. So it's just the right amount of drab, I think. It doesn't reflect too much, it's not too gloss, and it's not too matte. It's really good, it's just right, I think. So I put the Firestone tyres on it again. I like these Firestone Coca tyres. Some people have said they vibrate, but I haven't noticed anything, so I'm quite pleased with them. And there's my old pitted ends of those half shafts. These were really pitted, sadly. But hello, are you coming to help? Right, Al. So yeah, put the Firestones back on it with those really nice heavyweight. These are these awesome heavyweight combat rims you can get. Here we go. This is what you get. That's what the box looks like, guys. If you can get hold of these ones, these are the nice ones. These, oh, hello. Unfortunately, I live in the UK, as you guys know, so that's not going to be poisonous. Whereas if you're in America, it can be a bit more of a problem. But let me just get this out. So apparently there are some poor combat rims out there, repro ones, which are when you try to tighten them up, they deform and things like that, and they're just rubbish. Whereas these heavyweight ones, made by a company which produces rims for Volkswagen and things like that, and they're proper. You can hear, you know, they're not joke ones. These ones. So I don't know exactly who makes them. All I know is you can get hold of them in the UK. I got these from Dallas, and they're the ones I used on the last Jeep, and they're really nice. So yeah, we haven't put original rims on this. I didn't want the bother. I wanted to use the Jeep a lot, so put these nice repros on it. While we're in here, guys, we just see if it leaked. So out the rear diff, there's a little bit of a leak there. That's a couple of months sitting, so that's not bad. And then out the front diff, there's no leak, but you can see where the tyres were. It's just it's left a mark. But that is off the springs because the steering box is leaking out the little shaft, unfortunately. It has got a burr in it and it's not sitting properly, so I'm going to have to take the shaft out and redo the little seal which is in there. It's not sealing properly, so that's annoying. Yeah, so we got the axles all on. It all went together pretty well, all the springs and everything like that. All the brakes lined up with the new Joe's Motorpool stuff and what have you. So it turned out nicely. Painting the frame went well as well. You know, I didn't get any damage to it or any runs, I don't think. Ellie, I think you're going to smack your head. To spin it over, doing it on your own is not easy. I put a dolly, just rested a dolly on here so that if I grabbed on up here, say, I could spin it and rotate the... you right? Rotate the frame round to paint it. So I was quite pleased with that when it went, when I got to painting it, which was good. The other thing about it is, just looking at it, is this frame's really nice. I'm quite impressed with this frame. You know, it's got some corrosion, of course, here and there in little places, like where the tub sat. Like you can see there, just localised areas of corrosion. But overall, the condition of it is really, really nice. You know, there's hardly any corrosion at all anywhere. It's a good frame. So yeah, noticing that. Transmission cross member went in, had to do a little bit of straightening. It's not perfectly straight, but it's not bad in the end. You got some movement here when you put the transmission on and you want to mount the engine up. You know, you can move the transmission so it can rock backwards and forwards. So even if this isn't perfectly straight and aligned, you can still sort it out, which is pretty good. Steering's all nice. That's got all the new components in it. Went together fine. It's a bit stiff at the moment. It probably needs looking at and sorting out before it's done. It is leaking down here, so I've got to do that again. And then, Ellie, you want to steer? Come on then. Right, you want to steer? You stand there. You standing? Right, you steer. Wow, there you go. Steering baby. Right, you do that. So yeah, it all went nicely. You know, you can see all the manufacturing marks and things like that where it's been pressed and all the lines in it. So that's how good the frame is. I was pleased with that. These rivets I don't think are great at all. You know, they don't really match the originals. You're much better with the bolts with these guys and filling the heads in than you are. Yeah, well done. Keep on going. Than you are with using these snap-off dome head rivets, because they don't look right anyway. They're pretty good, but they're not great. They didn't work either, so yeah, not that impressed with them. I would say don't bother with them. But the front axle went nicely. I've got some Ford U-bolts, U-hangers on it. Right, hold on a sec. Right, we've got the baby down, so that's all sorted. Yeah, there are some Ford brackets on here, but that's fine, you know. You can't see them or anything like that. I've had to use some Ford parts in places. It's not going to be completely all Willys this, but the noticeable bits won't be Ford. But I managed to get a ratio tag on there just at the bottom. You see this guy here, that's the ratio tag, which tells you the ratio of the differential. It's a nice little detail which I managed to get on there. And then on this side I've put the tractor joint. It's got chepper shafts in it. You guys know I put the chepper shafts in it, but I put the original tractor joint tag back on it because that's what was correct for it. So yeah, nice little details like that. They finish it off. There are other details as well, I'm sure, which I've missed, but those little details are quite nice. The other thing I managed to get hold of were the little clips which hold the brake line into the frame. So let's just go grab those. I was talking about all the spare parts that I've got waiting to go. Well, sorting through all this the other day, looking at all my NOS parts was crazy, because some of the stuff I've collected is really great. It's going to make it really nice at the end of it. But the thing we're after is just there, guys. These are these little clips which hold the brake lines into the frame, right? And I thought about not getting these because you can't get them in the UK. So you had to get them from America, and they're not cheap. These have worked out to be the most expensive clips ever. It's worked out to be about 60 quid. So, you know, like $60 to get hold of 4 of these blooming clips. So let's get one out. Here is one, guys. It's just this little clip here. It worked out to be about 15 bucks a clip at the end of the day, which is ridiculous, but there you go. I can't remember exactly where they go, but all they do is they hold the brake line onto the frame. I think possibly one goes there. There's a couple of little holes, but that's where they go. Ellie, are you literally brushing my head with a broom? Yeah, thanks. So yeah, little details like that make it different, make the difference in my opinion. You guys know that's what I think about it anyway. You know, with the differential tags and the tags on the seals and things like that, the little brake line clips. These are little important details which can get missed out, and they make a big difference, I think. So yeah, pretty
pretty pleased with all that. Another bit I just remembered, guys, another little detail is there's this little clip here. You know, you've got the cutout here. Let's go and get one. Yeah, on the tube at the end, you've got the cutout, right? So you can move the tube up or down and then lock it using the little bracket here. Well, if you pull it up too high, you end up with a bit of a gap here where water can get in, apparently. This is the thinking, I think, they came up with this. Maybe I've missed the point of this, guys. Maybe one of you will know better than I do. But to cover up this little bit of a gap here, they made this little clip which sits on the tube there. You can just see him. So I got hold of one of those. Actually, I think I got hold of a load of them. I'm not sure where they are. I don't think I just bought one. But anyway, this is this little clip. He just goes there. But that's another little detail which I think, unfortunately, guys, my memory on this is fading about which ones it's applicable to, but I believe it's correct for this Willys is to have that little clip there. But worth looking into then if you haven't seen it before, see if it's correct for your Jeep as well. See if you can find that little clip. I keep on finding more stuff in here. It's pretty cool actually, because then you find, look, I found things like an original generator splash shield and a tyre rest and things like that. So it's quite cool. I'm going to have to go through. If you don't hear from me again, guys, it's because I've got lost or died in the garage trying to find stuff. It's ridiculous. The only problem is there's little things like important bolts and what have you spread all over the place. When it came to moving, I just had to move, you know, so I just grabbed everything and threw it and then came across. So yeah, if you don't hear from me, I'm dead in this garage. But yeah, guys, that's it. Again, apologies for not getting this sorted out sooner or showing you what was going on. It's just a matter of time and being busy. You know what it's like with kids and family and work and everything like that. It's hard work. So I'm going to try and continue with this. It's not going to be at a quick pace. It's not going to be at the pace it was before, you know, I went away for a while. It's time and money really, guys. The tub is being worked on by Barry Ring. I've got photos and videos of that, which is pretty cool. So we'll look at that and see his progress with that, about how he's doing this tub. So that's nice. There's some other little things as well. I went to see some rare bits. NOS crated engine, had a look at that. So I've got a little bit of video of that, which I'll post up shortly, guys. So that's coming. So you can look at the details on that and some other bits and bobs. But that is it at the moment, guys. We'll roll this back in. The cool thing about it is it's pretty quiet. Ow. I can't do it one-handed. This is a complete failure. Anyway, the differential, it doesn't make a noise when it moves. It's the GPW made a little bit of a whir when it was moving. Maybe it's because I had the transmission on and everything, but this is silent when it moves. So that's pretty cool. But that is it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy jeeping. Cheers.